Right. We're gonna more Amstrad Action for the it's that time of the week again. And we're starting issue number 68, May 1991. Now we get used to the £2.20 cover price now. Still not an official Amstrad publication. It never has been. Britain's best-selling magazine for the Amstrad CPC GX4000 and Plus. We have Total Recall, Arnie Schwarzenegger, the Man from Mars, and this AA Master game. Check out the incentive spread. Better by Design. Learn how to lay out your pages in our desktop publishing special. Also got Switchblade, tape version, F-16 Combat Pilot, Superskweek, Super Monaco Grand Prix, and Bat. What do cover tape interrogate your news agent now? More CPC reviews than any other mag. Here it is. Discount software. SimCity, not 6128 plus. Make sure you notice they have Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. Gotta make sure you notice that. Oh no, Granny's Garden. Oh. Right, they charge £17 for that? Oof. Here's the lineup. Amstrad Action, May 1991. Got Fists of Fury, 4 beat-em-ups and 1 compilation from Virgin. Switchblade, the tape version of Gremlin's console stunner, is here. Superskweek, better than Squeak. The Recial sequel, sure is cute. Edd the Duck, the famous TV gets the impulse treatment. Okay. Total Recall, the film was a stonker, and Ocean's licenses too. Super Monaco Grand Prix, US Gold's racing coin-up conversion. Toyota Celica GT Rally, Gremlin's Rally Sim is tricky. Yeah. F-16 Combat Pilot, the best flight sim ever from Digital Integration. And Bat, weird but excellent role-playing from Ubisoft. You got all the other stuff you usually get. Alright, Action Pack, a fully playable demo and 2 full games. We're just too good to you. And yeah, it's the CPC 1268. Yeah. If you're wondering if that was from on the cover of the cover tape, yes it was. I checked that. Total Recall, Ocean's game of the film is a stonker. Yeah, they already used that word once. Thanks to Guild Home Videos for the loan of our cover tranny. Win 5 personal stereos and 10 copies of Total Recall. Win 24-pin Management Tally MT222 printer worth over £500. Win an absolutely unique Predator mask plus gauntlets. It looks horrible. F-16 Combat Pilot. It's been a long time in the making, but Digital Integration's new flight sim is one impressive program. In desktop publishing, the basics of page design explained, plus step-by-step examples using stop press. Correct. Feature Publishing Limited, 1990. We got Action Pack. What a treat. The AA Action Pack number 2 is jam-packed with games and demos to whet your appetite. For starters, we have a scrummy, fully playable level from Imageworks' biggie Predator 2. Then we have the main course consisting of 2 complete games, followed by the AA Toolbox for dessert. Yum yum! Yeah, still got the typo here. Yeah, good job. Writing the programs couldn't be simpler. The first program on the A side is Predator 2. If you simply type run, quote, followed by return, it will load it first. If you want to play How to Be a Complete Bastard on the other hand, just run the tape in a couple of minutes and then type run, quote, as before. The computer will then ignore any remaining code for Predator 2 and only start loading when it reaches How to Be a Complete Bastard. Alternatively, you can type run Predator or run Bastard, and the computer will find the programs automatically as you play the tape from the beginning. On the B side, the file names you want are Biggles, SW, TWriter, and disk.tfr. If you have a disk drive connected to your tape, you'll have to type bar tape to switch the machine to tape loading rather than disk loading. Bars obtained by pressing Shift and at. The computer will load the next program. Predator 2! Our exclusive demo this month is a complete playable level from Imageworks' forthcoming movie license, Predator 2. The film is soon to be seen in this country and is the follow-up to the Arnie blockbuster Predator. The film is set in 1997, the future. The hostile drugs war is ravaging Los Angeles, and it's against the scenario that tough city cop Harrigan has to defeat the evil space alien. You get level 1. Here, Harrigan has to do battle with the drug peddlers in an effort to engineer a ceasefire so he can get on with the proper job of kicking alien ass. You have to gun down the baddies as level scrolls from right to left. Move your sights over them and press fire to mow them down with your machine gun. Careful though, they shoot back. It's not possible to dodge their fire, so you have to shoot them down before they do the same to you. Also on screen you'll see the occasional magazine cartridge to top up your ammo supply, and operated guns to increase your firepower. Simply shoot these to add them to your arsenal. Eat that, tough guy. The only way to ensure peace is war. In the first level of Predator 2, you have to kill all the drug dealers. Uh-oh, there's too many of them. You can get the gun on the floor by shooting it, if you live that long. How to Be a Complete Bastard. Our first complete game this month is How to Be a Complete Bastard from Virgin Games. It's the game of the book by Adrian Edmondson and co. You play Aid, who's visited a party and generally has to be as unpleasant and obnoxious as possible. The aim is to get all the other invited guests to leave. This is done by doing bastardly pranks. These light up letters of the phrase complete bastard at the bottom of the screen. All 16 letters must be lit in order to win. There are 4 scales which vary according to your actions. The drunkometer mirrors the amount of alcohol you have to drink. Some bastardly activities can only be carried out when you're well plastered, while others require a far more sober approach. The wheelometer is increased by drinking. When it reaches the top, you'll better go pretty sharpish, preferably before someone else gets in there and locks the door, though you'll no doubt find other places to go. Your fartometer increases according to the amount of food you eat. You can save up fart power and let off a real trouser ripper. Your smellometer should be kept as high as possible too. Farting is one good way of doing this. To carry out the pranks, you'll need to search everything for suitable objects. To search, get close to an item of furniture and turn to face it. Continue to push in that direction and press select. Up and down highlights the options available to you. Talk to the party guests in a similar way. You must maneuver yourself towards them and then press select. A successful encounter will reveal their name and your possible options. The game is viewed using Basta Vision. The screen is split into 2 viewpoints. The top screen is the main window and Aid moves around according to the joystick keyboard. The bottom window can be set to view from any independent angle. It takes a wee bit of getting used to, but once you get the hang of it, it's extremely useful for lining yourself up with doors and objects and so on. What fun can we have with a roll of cling film? How about sticking it across the toilet bowl? That should be good for a laugh. Search the pieces of furniture to find useful objects for bastardly pranks. Simply walk into them and press select to search. Biggles. It's Up and Away with the complete game Biggles from Microsoft. It's actually licensed from the mid-80s film rather than the Captain W.E. Johns books. Biggles, along with the chump Algae, found himself in a lot of bother. Seems the enemy have developed some sort of secret weapon and are threatening the world with it. The first 3 sections of the game see 2 pals going for the secret weapon. There are 3 ways to get to this: flying through the air in the old kite, leaping from rooftop to rooftop, or crawling through war-torn Europe. Succeed, and you can play the 4th part, a separate load, where you have to get a secret weapon back to base again. You can play without completing the first part, but it's harder. And Geronimo, during rooftop leaps have to be performed in order to get the secret weapon. Control is swapped by pressing down and fire. Toolbox. What's them funny codes and type-ins in cheat mode for then? You know, the strange 4-letter codes and the squiggly brackets at the end of each line. That's the question on people's lips throughout the country. Actually, these codes are rather useful. They're not for typing in, though. Instead, they're checksums, designed to help you ensure that you've typed in programs correctly. When we print listings, we run them through a special program that produces the codes. The codes are worked out from a combination of all the characters in the program line, and are unique for each line. However, the same sequence of characters will always produce the same checksum, so if a line is mistyped, the checksum displayed on your computer will differ from the version printed in the magazine. So wouldn't it be just wonderful if you had the same program that we use? Well, then when you had an error in the program, all you'd have to do is check that the codes are identical. Much easier than painstakingly going through every single character on the line. Well, now your wildest dreams have come true. This wonderful program is yours, and you don't even have to type it in, because it comes on the cover tape, silly. It works by generating the code each time the return key is pressed. It's a machine code program and hides itself away once it's been run. When you've loaded and run typewriter, it's just as well to type new to clear the basic area. Once typewriter has been initialized, it doesn't need the basic program. Now just type in a listing from Amstrad Action. Every time you press enter every time you enter a line, the checksum will be printed immediately following the end of that line. We print them at the start of each line for clarity. Make sure they match. If they don't, you've made a mistake. If you prefer, you can check the listing after it's been typed in. Just type list and the codes will appear at the end of each line. If you have a printer connected, you can print out the listing complete with checksums by typing list #8. May you never be troubled by syntax errors again. Amstrad Anna is back with new software. New print utility joins best-selling ProText suite as Anna reports increasing sales. Anna, publisher of the excellent word processor ProText, is returning to CPC development for a brand new product called Protype. It's a print enhancer designed to be used with standard Epson compatible printers and promises to transform printed output with a whole range of features, which include 7 different fonts and special characters and accents for over 40 languages. The program has apparently been several years in the making, and its full list of specs is as follows. 7 fonts with subscript, superscript, underline, box, encircle, mirror image. Right justified proportional printing with any combination of fonts and kerning. Tabulated proportional text. Line graphics. 54 extra characters on screen including accented letters, accent keys defined. Multiple accents on any letter. Although Protype fits neatly into the ProText family, it will in fact work with other word processors and programs, even BASIC. Protype's arrival comes at a time when many publishers are having second thoughts about remaining in the 8-bit field, and is great news for Amstrad owners dedicated to using their machines for anything other than games. However, although Protype is evidence of Anna's continuing commitment to the CPC range, the company explains that the timing of its release was due simply to the fact that the product had reached completion rather than forming part of a grander marketing strategy. Anna is nevertheless reporting a boost in ProText sales from last autumn, which may be the result of Amstrad's relaunch of the CPC range. Free colour kits for printers. Printer Maker Citizen is to give away colour printing kits with 3 of its printers. The models involved are the Citizen Swift 9, Swift 24, and Swift 24X. Each will accept an optional colour kit, including a user-installable colour ribbon and motor. These kits usually sell for £38 to £41, but Citizen is going to be giving them away as part of a major initiative to promote the benefits of colour printing. The offer, Citizen Extra, will run for a limited time only, expiring at the end of May. Expiring at the of May. Got to get that right. The Swift 9 is an 80-column 9-pin Epson and IBM compatible printer, which runs at 160 CPS in draft mode and 40 CPS in NLQ. It has 4 built-in fonts and a push-pull tractor feed. The Swift 24 and 24X are both 24-pin machines, the second being a wide carriage version. They can print at up to 192 CPS in draft mode, are IBM, NEC and Epson compatible, and have 5 built-in fonts. News of the colour kit offer follows hard on the heels of the price reduction on the entry-level 24-pin 124D model last month. The Swift 9 currently retails at £239, the Swift 124 at £365, and the 124X at £489. To find out more, call Citizen. Meanwhile, Star has announced a series of price cuts affecting its professional series of highly specified heavy-duty dot matrix printers. The 9-pin FR10 drops £60 from £459 to £399, while the FR15 wide carriage version drops £100 to £499. The 24-pin XB2410 drops from £599 to £499, while the wide carriage XB2415 drops a massive £190 to £599. At the same time, Star is also offering a drop-in colour kit plus ribbon worth £39 with the FR10 and XB2410 free in a deal which competes directly with Citizen's current offer. Remember when technology got cheaper over time? SD Microsystems goes on the offensive. Hitchin-based SD Microsystems is launching a spring software offensive with no fewer than 5 new products. Picture Disc contains over 400 pieces of clip art, which can be used with the company's desktop publishing program Page Publisher. The pictures are converted from American public domain sources. Picture Disc costs £12.50. Home Finance lets you carry out all your household budgeting with a comprehensive range of accounting features. The program was first released a while ago, but has until now been difficult to obtain due to the producer's difficulty in marketing a single product effectively. Home Finance is £14.95. DiskBase is a powerful disk file organizer and is another program which had fallen by the wayside until picked up by SD Microsystems. DiskBase is £12.50. GraphMaster is a brand new product which lets you produce graphs in any of 10 different styles, including histograms, pie charts, bar graphs, and more. Price is £14.95. The fifth program is a handy disk utility that carries out all the usual list, run, print, erase commands, but all with single key presses. There is also an unerase option. Best news of all is that this program is completely free and is being given away with all software orders. SD Microsystems also offers a range of other bits and pieces for Amstrad owners. Palace to back CPC product again following French takeover. Sultry House Palace has been sold by its parent company, the Palace Film and Video Organisation, to French company Leisure Holding. Leisure Holding also owns French software house Titus, though any kind of merger between the two is being ruled out. Despite the sale, no immediate changes in the company are planned. It will stay at its current base and continue to be run by Managing Director Pete Stone. Palace has been responsible for such Amstrad classics as Barbarian 1 and 2, and more recently the excellent International 3D Tennis. Head of the Palace Group, Chris Grabe, is fatalistic about the deal. Having nurtured the software division over the years, we will be sad to see it go. However, we were impressed by Leisure Holdings' organisation, activities, plans and enthusiasm, and they made us a good offer. The TIMIG is good for Palace software. The games market is changing fast and is particularly competitive. Palace Software had previously indicated its intention to withdraw from the 8-bit market for good, but with ownership now moving to France, a traditionally strong CPC market, will the company change its mind? Oh, funny you should ask. Pete Stone, as you know, the CPC is a very strong machine in France. As a direct result of this move, we will be producing 8-bit software again. In fact, Palace has just tied up a deal with French developer Microids to publish its next 4 games. 2 games, Swap and Sliders, should be out in a couple of months' time on all the 16-bit formats and the Amstrad CPC. I never heard of them. Just could look them up, I guess. Aerobic specs alleviate eye strain shock. If we didn't know better, we'd think this was a belated April Fool's joke. A company called Larkhall Natural Health is marketing aerobic glasses designed to alleviate eye strain and headaches caused by staring too long at computer screens. Apparently they work on the pinhole principle, which allows the eyes to relax and recover naturally. The glasses should be worn up to a maximum of 20 minutes per day. We have been experimenting in the AA offices with a large cardboard box and a knitting pin in an effort to simulate the results. The aerobic glasses cost £27 per pair, including postage and packing, and are available from Larkhall Natural Health. A deluxe pack is available too, by the way, which includes eye exercise charts and a detailed information book for £42. Safe from spillage? Sick of your printer making an unholy racket? Cador is offering a DIY acoustic printer cover kit for £38.95 upwards, according to model. And if that doesn't tempt you, how about a moulded waterproof keyboard cover that will protect your keys from spillages, dust, cigarette ash, etc.? Do you regularly spill tea, coffee, or other corrosive substances all over your keyboard? If so, Cador may well have the answer. Yeah, I've seen that ad before. I recognise the face on that mug. Everything you ever wanted to know. Amstrad Buff Ferguson Sugar has come up with a rather natty menu-driven database containing all sorts of information about the CPC. Books, printers, hardware and software are all detailed, and there's even a section on the CPC's history. And there's even to get a copy, all you have to do is send a blank disc and a stamped SAE to Video CPC. Video CPC is a free menu-driven database devoted to the Amstrad, its peripherals, software, and even illustrious history. Micronet now free off peak. Dedicated comms users will be delighted to learn that Micronet is introducing a new charging system, which could reduce users' bills dramatically. On the 1st of April, subscribers will get unlimited free access, off-peak times only, to all Micronet and general Prestel information. The only cost will be that of a local phone call. There's a slight catch that users will now have to fork out a sub of £30 per quarter. This is what business users were paying anyway, but is £10 more than the previous residential rate. Nevertheless, heavy users should find the new system reduces their bills by more than enough to make it worthwhile. While off-peak access is now free, at peak times users will pay 8p per minute. If you're interested, find out more from Micronet. Yet more 6128 upgrade ROMs. Cheap! There's the lease of 6128 upgrade ROMs about again. Supplies for the ROMs, which allows 464 owners to upgrade their machines to full 6128 specifications, were banned over a year ago when the producer Locomotive Software discovered they were being sold outside the licensing agreement, AMC AA54. Amstrad then withdrew the chips from the market, causing much consternation amongst 464 owners and a general upward spiral in the price of those chips still on the market. Well, after a few months of near unavailability, limited supplies of the chip are back at a new lower price. Bradford-based Microstyle is selling the wee beasties at £24.95, while Wave is offering them at £24.50. Stocks are limited, so you'll be well advised to phone to check availability, plus postage and packing. Oh boy, competition over time already. Winner Management Tally 24-pin printer. To coincide with our desktop publishing special, Amstrad Action and Management Tally are giving away a fantastic 24-pin Management Tally MT222 printer worth over £500. 24-pin printers offer far higher print quality than ordinary 9-pin machines, as well as higher print speeds. The increased resolution and excellent graphics capabilities make them ideal for desktop publishing purposes, as well as ordinary letter printing. To make sure that our prize goes to a good home, however, and where its specialist features will be put to good use, we're going to check your knowledge of desktop publishing, the Amstrad and printers with no fewer than 6 little questions. Number 1. Amstrad Action is laid out on the screen using which leading machine? A. IBM PC, B. Apple Macintosh, C. BBC Electron. 2. What does the printing term leading refer to? A. The space between words, B. The space between letters, C. The space between lines. 3. The Amstrad CPC has which type of printer interface? A. RS-232, B. Centronics, C. SCART. 4. Name the Amstrad central processor. Is it A. an 8486, B. a 6502, C. a Z80? 5. What does CPS stand for? A. Characters per second, B. Coded printer signal, C. Character pin setup. 6. What is tractor feed? A. A mechanism for drawing continuous stationery into a printer, B. Another name for an automatic sheet loader, C. A ton of well-rotted silage and a gallon of engine oil. Simply write down your answers, e.g. 1A, 2B, etc. on a postcard and send it to Printer Competition, Amstrad Action. The rules. Number 1, closing date is 31st of May 1991. 2, only one entry allowed per household. The winner will be the first correct entry selected at random from all those received before the closing date. Some printers can be child's play, unfortunately. Hold the front page. We continue a look at the desktop publishing on Amstrad. This month, Alec Ray puts theory into practice and tells you how to get ideas onto paper. Here's his stop press with mouse even. Do you want this page, yes or no? Hard times. AA Reader launches newspaper. Got a picture of a footballer for whatever reason. You can even justify it around the image. How about that? Fancy. Reader's Chart Special. In AA64, we finished off our 2-part review of the year's best games. We also gave you, the readers, the chance to vote for your favourite games of 1990. This is what you said. Now then, pop pickers, we have finally assembled, compiled and arranged your choices for the best games of 1990. It was a colossal task, and one which took months of collecting and storing all the valuable data you sent to us. Our mailman had to endure the task of dragging the huge sacks of letters and entry forms up the stairs. The office was deluged in a flood of mail of almost biblical proportions. But resolute in our desire to finish the task, we waded through the mountains of post and discovered, sometimes with horror and sometimes with a kind of moist happiness, what your fave raves are. It's enough gushing. Shoot 'em ups. Here are the top 5 shoot 'em ups as you, the readers, voted. How many vile alien scum did you wipe out before you put pen to paper? Number 1, Turrican, Rainbow Arts. We thought Rainbow Arts Blaster was excellent too. The graphics were great, the gameplay spot on, and the sheer numbers of relentlessness of the baddies had us all gasping. Number 2, X-Out by Rainbow Arts. Rainbow Arts had a good year in 1990. X-Out was as fast and tough as any shoot 'em up we'd seen, and had the added factor of a huge range of extra weapons that you could buy in the shop, only just pipped to the post by Turrican. Number 3, P-47 Thunderbolt by Firebird. Horizontally scrolling World War II action, fly a P-47 deep into enemy territory and give them a good hiding. There wasn't much that was new in this game, but it was very playable and there were some stunning graphics. Number 4, Operation Thunderbolt by Ocean. First person perspective, machine gun fun. If it moves, shoot it. If it doesn't, the sequel to Operation Wolf with more of everything. Number 5, After the War by Dynamic. Surprise entry time again, a horizontally scrolling blaster, and one that almost gives war a bad name, perish the thought. Not too tough with superb graphics. Platform games. Definitely in vogue at the moment, platform games seem to be everyone's favourite pastime. Often cute but seldom dull, they encompass quite a wide range of styles. They all have one thing in common though, pixel perfect timing. Number 1, Rick Dangerous 2 by Microstyle. Easily the best platform game of last year, this platform extravaganza will keep you awake until the wee small hours. Lots of exploring, puzzling and wicked gameplay. Number 2, Turrican, Rainbow Arts. Well, this one just about qualifies as a platform game, we suppose. No puzzling, but plenty of exploring and some very nasty surprises. Number 3, Fantasy World Dizzy by Codemasters. Who said eggs aren't hard and cool? Dizzy is, and you'll find out why if you watch him somersault skyward. Dizzy is a bit of a cult figure in the budget market, not least because all the games he's in are very playable and very captivating. Number 4, Rainbow Islands by Ocean. Oh, it's so cute, it'll just make you want to blow your groceries. Guide the big-headed Sprog through a maze of platforms on his magic rainbow bridges. Superb playability. Number 5, Myth, System 3. Tricky platform puzzler with more than an element of violence. Nice spooky atmosphere with lots of lush graphics, even if they are spicky ports. The rip-roaring radical readers raves the top 20. Rick Dangerous 2. Daring Dicky Dangerous has the readers vote by a mile. His platform antics and puzzling mayhem obviously had you hooked from the start. Turrican, Sci-Fi Blastorama, the leaping, sprinting, shooting, killing, blasting cyber dude only just misses out on the number 1 slot in 1990. Number 3, Fantasy World Dizzy. Budget laughs aplenty as our intrepid egg-like hero is confronted by more puzzles than you can shake a stick at, and all this for a measly £3. Number 4, Burn Rubber, Ocean. Does tearing around international circuits in a hugely powerful supercar sound good to you? Fab graphics from this first ever Amstrad console game. Number 5, Chase HQ, Ocean. More driving fun, at this time chasing criminals around America. You just don't pull them over though, you bash them off the road. As you expect to do, right? Number 6, Lords of Chaos, Bladesoft. Deep, dank, dingy dungeons and diabolically dastardly denizens. Lords of Chaos was a great follow-up to the classic Laser Squad. Number 7, Rainbow Islands, Ocean. Even cuter than a big bag of fluffy cute things, the best arcade version of the year makes it into the top 10. Ain't it cute? Number 8. I don't know how I got here, but Iron Lord by Ubisoft. Brilliant graphic adventuring, but where do you lot get your copies? It's not even out in English. Yeah, it never will be. Number 9, Italy 1990, US Gold. The fave footy sim in the chart. Pull on your special Gaza wig and give that football the cooking it so richly deserves. Number 10, SimCity, Infogrames. At last, the chance to build and control your own city. A bit of a nifty town planning is required to keep your citizens happy. Number 11, Ghostbusters 2, Activision. Spooky goings on in New York and this excellent movie tie-in. Stop the slime engulfing New York and destroy Vigo the Carpathian. Number 12, Shadow of the Beast, Gremlin. You're half man, half a thing. In this scrolling beat-em-up. Lots of area to map and explore and nice graphics throughout. Number 13, The Untouchables, Ocean. You too could have a machine gun just like Elliot Ness. Pull on your Armani suit and go do some good in 3D Chicago. Number 14, Fighter Bomber, Activision. Filled polygons enhance the action no end, and this truly outstanding flight simulator. Chocks away, chaps. Number 15, Bloodwitch, Imageworks. RPG time is the usual Dark Ages Dungeons and Dragons stuff with enough style and originality to pull it off. Number 16, Clax, Domark. Excellent puzzling antics on this Tetris type affair. Stack coloured blocks in horizontal, diagonal and vertical lines to win the day. Fiendish Freddy, Mindscape. Multi-event circus fun and one of the weirder games to hit the Amstrad scene. A surprise late entry into the top 20. Number 18, Myth System 3, Platforms Action again, this time set against the backdrop of ancient Greek and Roman mythology. Nice graphics and spiffy gameplay. Number 19, X-Out for Rainbow Arts. Tremendous shoot-'em-up action and a horizontally scrolling underwater blast, and you can buy your own weapons. Number 20, Stunt Car Racer, Micro Style. Basic but fun graphics make this roller coaster racing game one to watch out for. It's like stock car racing on a Big Dipper. Ooh. Oh boy, we have more simulators. A bit of a tricky category, this one, since what one person classes as a simulator, another doesn't. As far as we're concerned, a simulator is a game which derives its gameplay from an attempt to mirror something in the real world. It doesn't have to be as accurate as the latest flight sim, but just as long as it's attempting to duplicate a real-life activity. Number 1, SimCity Infogrames. Surprise, surprise, Infogrames city building simulator. Might sound like a daft idea, but it obviously gets your vote. Number 2, Fighter Bomber Activision. Fly a totally gnarly jet fighter into enemy skies and destroy the bad guys on land and in the air. The simulator aspect is played down in favour of lots of combat. Number 3, Stunt Car Racer Micro Style. Is this game a simulator? Sure it is, with proper 3D and some horrifying drops when you get it wrong. It'll make you quake just like the real thing. Well, it made Rod quake anyway. Hard Driving, Domark. Conversion of a colossally popular Atari coin-op and a very noble attempt at a realistic driving simulator. It's tough and the genuine 3D is a lot for the 8-bit Amstrad to handle. Number 5, International 3D Tennis Palace. Stickman 3D graphics, but ultra deep gameplay make this one for the thinking sportsman. Not terribly slick, but incredibly detailed and accurate. And the winner is Rick Dangerous 2. Amazingly enough, was it just a tribute to Amstrad Action reviews? You lot out there voted Rick Dangerous 2 the best game of 1990, just like we did. This platform puzzling epic scored a massive 97% back in AA62 for its combination of tricky puzzles, exploration and timing. The graphics are great, sound is excellent, and the game was massive. It consists of 5 different levels, each set on different worlds, and each possessing problems characteristic of that world. 4 of the worlds can be accessed at will, while you can only get to the 5th if you complete the other 4 in one sitting. Rick Dangerous 2 is tough enough to last you for ages, but addictive enough to keep you playing long into the night. Every night. Rick Dangerous 2 is really freezier, and it's flippin' freezing. Watch out later for machines throwing lethal snowballs. The famous Farrago of the bungled black box. Something went slightly wrong with our chart form back in AA64. Everything went according to plan until the time came for readers to print their names and addresses in the black box. It was Rod's fault. Here's his very own handwritten apology for all you readers. Yeah. $3 3.5-inch disc drives now, only $69.95. Forum. Got any technical queries? Are you stumped by your computer? AA's very own technical wizard Adam Waring will attempt to sort it out for you. Or maybe you want to pass on some tip you've discovered to the rest of us. Sounds a good one, and you could be in line for a £25 mail order voucher. Ooh. Stop the presses. I was just flicking through a computer club leaflet when I saw DTP or Stop Press or something for £11.95, and I was wondering if you can get it on tape. And do you have to use a mouse? Can you not just use a joystick? Joanne Kelly, New Mosley, County Antrim. Stop Press is only available on disc, I'm afraid, Joanne. However, it is usable from keyboard and joystick as well as mouse. Make your own magazines or Stop Press. You can use mouse, joystick or keyboard, but it requires a disc drive and 128K. Or CPC will think it's a Mac with David Wild's amazing desk program. Windows, icons, menus, pointers, they're all there. Modem art. Hmm. Ask Alex. Hi, what a month! Wandered the streets until my feet simply ached looking for a supply of eyelash curlers. You know where I can get them. Oh, how much you all like the basic tutorial? I'm not just a pretty face in, am I? Right, let's get on with it. The mailbag simply burst in, and I'm sure you're all dying to know whether I've been able to answer your query this month. One thing before I do, though, we usually start this with, I know you'll think I'm stupid, but, well, this is probably really easy, but stop thinking like that. Computing is always a little difficult at first. It was for me, and it is for you, and you shouldn't feel bad about it. I'm here to solve your problems, and I won't laugh. Promise? This loading game's giving you jip. Your heads may be out of alignment. No, you don't need a doctor, but your local electrical store may be able to help. Oh, basic. Turbo soft. Watch the space for something you've all been waiting for. Oh, what could it be? Quick Ref X. No matter how hard you try, bugs in your basic programs are inevitable. Can Paramgold's new programmer's utility help undo those tangled knots? 12.95 disc, Paramgold Limited. Here it is. The list of variables is produced along with the line numbers in which they appear. The asterisks mark lines where the variable may be altered. Verdict, good news, speeds up bug hunting dramatically. Checks out listings quickly. A doddle to use. Bad news, expensive for what it is. Is it really all that much help? Only occasionally useful. Oh. 3 ways to win. Win this hot Enduro Racer arcade game. You can experience the thrill and excitement of high-speed off-road action. The Enduro Racer Simulator arcade game is the closest you can get to the real thing. Fly over jumps, power around the berms, and the daring bid to win the race. Get your hands on the bars. Cool. Oh, 0898 101 998. I'm sure that phone number's still valid. Win this awesome quad. Win the Suzuki LT50J Junior Quad. It has a 50cc petrol engine and can be ridden by any child over the age of 5. Win a Suzuki 50cc Junior motorbike. Oh. Calls cost 33p cheap rate and 44p at all other times per minute, including VAT. For details of winners, send an SAE to Pepperoni Limited, PO Box 1640, London. Please ask your parents' permission before you call, as the average call length is 5.5 minutes. The games gossip on the grapevine. Games. This is the page where we give you the lowdown on what's happening in the game scene. News, previews, compos, charts, it's all here. Predator 2 compo. Scare the living daylights out of your little brothers and sisters with this brilliant prize from Imageworks. There it is there. I missed a bit. But to celebrate the imminent release of Predator 2, we have a full head and shoulders Predator mask and gloves to give away. Unfortunately, you'll have to do without the cloaking device. The kit comes all the way from the States. It's not available in this country. It's modelled in latex rubber, it's hand painted, and it's very realistic. Well, as well as this fantastic top prize, we also have 10 runner-up prizes. A copy of the Predator 2 game plus t-shirt. So you're better off stating your size and whether you have a tape or disc machine. Send your entries too. I want a face like a rhino's bottom. And no cheating. Only 1 entry per household, and get them in by May 31st. If you don't, the Predator will come around to your house and chew your face off. And to enter, all you need to do is answer these 3 simple questions. What's the Predator's idea of a good time? A. A gentle punt down the river. B. A cup of cocoa and a soppy film. C. Ripping your lungs out. 2. Why does the Predator come to Earth? A. He needed 2 more ESO vouchers for his set of lead crystal tumblers. B. He just felt like a change really. After all, Alpha Centauri gets boring after a while. C. To skin people alive and hang them from trees. Number 3. What does the predator use his cloaking device for? A. Getting into pictures without paying. B. Slipping into the girls' changing rooms. C. To sneak up behind people so he can impale them through the gizzard with his prongs. You too can look like the predator with our special rubber mask and gauntlets. Great for scaring the girlies. Good. 5 on a treasure island. I say, Dick, said George, I have it. The gold was hidden in the disused mine shaft. That's how the robbers avoided suspicion. Cripes, you're right. Quick, there's no time to lose. To the cave. Bah, if it wasn't for you meddling kids, we'd have gotten away with it. Oh well, it's fair cop, I suppose. Jolly hockey sticks, now's your chance to take control of Julian, Anne, Dick, George, and Timmy the dog in the exciting adventures. Enigma Variations is putting Enid Blyton's worldwide selling children's books onto the computer screen. The first of the famous 5 books being translated into electronic form is 5 on a Treasure Island, which sees the Fab Five having spiffing adventures, capturing crooks, and finding buried treasures. Corks! The game takes form of an adventure and closely follows the plot of the book. It's a fully interactive graphic affair, and it offers a dead clever parser, so you can type in any old garbage and it'll understand exactly what you're saying. You can take on the role of any of the children. The other characters are independently computer controlled, so no 2 games should be the same. Lashings and Lashings of Ginger Bear. There's japes aplenty with the computerized versions of the children's books. Okay. Dizzy in a Panic. Fans of Dizzy, everybody's favourite egg, will be pleased to hear that the budget star is soon to be making an appearance in a new game. The game is a spin-off from the cartoon adventures. Instead of wandering across a magic landscape, rescuing various yoke folk, this is a puzzler. Panic Dizzy follows the trend of the relatively recent spate of those games that require fast reactions, faster reflexes, and the ability to remain calm and collected when all around is going to pot. It's rather similar to those intelligence tests where you have to put the correct shaped pegs into the corresponding holes. Things are trickier than that though. The shapes fall from the sky from shape producing machines. A conveyor belt at the bottom of the screen is punched with holes and can be moved left and right. It needs to be positioned so that the shapes fall through the holes. Sounds straightforward enough still, but the tricky thing is that to get anywhere in the game, several shapes need to be dropped simultaneously. Ugh. More news on the Dizzy front. Another real Dizzy adventure is being worked on at the moment and is due out later this year. Yep. The end is nigh. The tubes get lower the more shapes you miss. At this stage, it's virtually impossible to recover. Bad luck, Diz. You can't put a square peg in a round hole. Try telling that Dizzy and Panic Dizzy, a spin-off from the popular arcade adventures. Thunder Jaws. Explore the mysteries of the deep. Visit an underwater world so strange that it may as well be another planet. Marvel at the way that evolution is formed in such a bizarre and fascinating array of creatures, and then kill them. In Thunder Jaws, you and a pal brave the depths in search of cybernetic sharks and mutant mantas. You have a mission, and that's to rescue beautiful lizards from being transformed into maiden monsters. Now, hang on a sec. There should be beautiful maidens and lizard monsters. There's a fair number of treats coming from Domark, as well as Thunder Jaws. Cop a load of this. RBI 2. It's a baseball sim that provides all the excitement of the American sport. Don't know what RBI stands for, though. Hydra is a sort of water sports shoot 'em up. It's set in the future, and apparently the sea and skies they are ruled by terrorists. You play the part of a courier. It may not sound too dramatic, but you know Postman Pat. The mail just must get through, and your Hydra craft, when complemented with the right pilot, is just the job. Skull and Crossbones is a swashbuckling arcade bash where there's pirates to fight and winches to save. What a day's work for you, matey. Certainly thought it was safe. Thunder Jaws is Domark's latest 10-gen coin-up offering. Better watch out, the fish are biting today. Robotic sharks patrol the waters in this game of undersea rescue. Chart. This chart is compiled by Gallup Limited. Full price. Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. Mirrorsoft. Still at number 1. Plenty of hype, sure, but the game's not bad either. Dizzy Collection. Codemasters. All the Dizzy games in one compilation. 5 classic games and great value. Total Recall. Ocean. Saw the demo on AA67's Action Pack, and the game is excellent. Golden Axe. Virgin. Chunky and colourful, this one's relentless. Scrolling hacking. Okay though. Big Box by Bo Jolly. Compilation fever still rages. Kickoff 2, Anko. Excellent footy sim with the playability of Kickoff 1 and graphics 2. Multiplayer Soccer Manager, D&H Games. A text-only management sim in the charts? You lot must be desperate. Hollywood Collection, Ocean. 4 fantastic film tie-ins. Gremlins 2, Elite. Look out for the AA verdict any day now. Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge, Gremlin. Possibly the best racing game ever, makes it at number 10. Should think so too. And the budgets. Double Dragon, Mastertronic, Afterburner, Hit Squad. Real G-Busters, Hit Squad. Cave Mania, Atlantis. Rainbow 3, Hit Squad. Magic Land Dizzy, Codemasters. Operation Wolf, Hit Squad. F1 Tornado, Zeppelin. Quattro Adventure, Codemasters. Quattro Firepower, Codemasters. What's happening? I don't like it, Carruthers. It's too quiet. Well, certainly it has been a quiet month. Things appear to be settling down after the Christmas bonanza. The only new entry is Gremlins Turbo Challenge. And there's a game that's been knocking around for a couple of months, waiting for some well-deserved success. At least I spelled success correctly here, for a change. The budget charts are pretty quiet too. The codies are back in again, though with 2 of the giant valued budget compilations. Alright, time for action test. What here? No letter section yet. They moved that to the later in the magazine for whatever reason. Anyway, what a month. No fewer than 4 master games. Honestly, you never had it so good. Total Recall. You saw a demo on the AA Action Pack last issue, and now read the full review. Does Ocean score another hit with its latest blockbusting film license? You bet. F-16 by Software House. If you can't fly an F-16 when you load the program, you'll be halfway there by the time you finish. It's a simulator with more knobs than an Amstrad Hi-Fi and more brains than Magnus Magnusson. Bat, Ubisoft. An icon-driven role-playing adventure game where you, the cosmic detective, have to seek and destroy the evil twisted space fiend Vrangor. Just check out these lush graphics. Gunboat by the Software House again. Is a 3D simulator or an arcade blast. You piloting a low-slung nautical death machine through the grimier regions of Vietnam. If it moves, shoot it. Switchblade, Gremlin. This game was stunning on the console, so we couldn't wait to see the ordinary version. Well, now we have and we are gobsmacked. It really is a stonker. Superskweek, L'Oreal. The original Squeak was ultra cute and ultra playable. Could it really be improved on? Edd the Duck, Impulse. Rainbow Islands Revisited. Edd is good alright, but has the personality of a glove puppet. First thing is Fist of Fury, a Virgin $14.99 cassette, $24.99 disc. If only you could get it on cartridge, it'd be the same price. Hee-rah! Okay, Kung Fu dudes, it's time to put on your special Bruce Lee trousers. Virgin has released a compilation of martial arts games, enabling you to kick 7 shades of sunlight out of a plethora of baddies. There are 4 games to choose from, and a vast array of bare-fisted combat moves at your disposal. They were flashing your satin jammies on for. Yes, the reviewers have got faces now. Second opinion. A bit of a mixed bag. Shinobi and Dynamite Ducks are okay, but the other 2 are not terribly inspired. Still is better than the kick in the... Yes, isn't quite enough of that. We've got Dynamite Ducks. Welcome to Cutesville. The Ninja Killers have to take a back seat for this game and are replaced with their cartoon counterparts. Dangerous Ducks. and Pin are the names of the two heroes in this tale, and what a pair they are. The plot is remarkably similar to that of Double Dragon, as is the game's style. The evil Achacha has been up to some foul play, and has stolen little Lucy, Bin and Pin's bestest friend in the whole wide world. Yeah, let's get him, they cry, and set out with their phenomenally big fists and serious attitudes to dispatch Achacha. Oh, and rescue Lucy while they're at it. The action scrolls horizontally with the occasional vertical scrolly bit. Baddies of various degrees of cuteness make their way towards you, and you either whack them with your big gloves or pick a weapon and waste them. Treasure can be picked up along the way, and as can energy replenishing cakes and sweets. Power can be built up by holding the fire button pressed a la R-type, making Bin and Pin are more than a match for the big end of level monsters from Kung Fu Land. The graphics are absolutely excellent, very cartoony and outrageously cute. Scrolling is super smooth, and only the lack of decent sounds lets down the presentation. Gameplay is simple and good fun, although it borrows heavily from other games in the Kung Fu genre, and it is marred only by the fact that the game is a little easy to complete. Having said that, it is almost definitely the best game of the compilation, and by a long way. A total big laugh, dudes. The Ninja Warriors. Apart from having a completely daft name, Bangla just happens to be the most powerful figure in world politics. Not only that, he is totally bananas. His power-hungry struggle is despised by the world's population, but his criminal connections have kept his position secure, or at least until he messed with a nice scientist fellow named Mulk. Where do they get these wonderful names? Mulk, being the outrageously spiffy geezer that he is, has come up with a solution to Bingla's menace. A bomb? No. Poison gas? Nah. A candlelit dinner with Madge Bishop? Possibly, but no. Instead, Mulk has come up with two cybernetic, nigh-on indestructible ninja warriors. Right on, dudes. Well, that had to be the obvious solution. Their mission is basically to kill everything they come across and eventually assassinate the big bad Bangla himself. Now the question you are asking yourself is this. If you have the technology to make android killers, what kind of weapons are you going to kit these guys out with? Particle beam accelerators? Localized nuclear fission generators? Quad photon death cannons? Unfortunately not. He's going to knives instead. As soon as the bad guys make their way across the horizontally scrolling screen, you have to take them out with a well-aimed swipe of your blade. You also have at your disposal a limited supply of rather weedy shuriken, which will allow you to avoid those close encounters. A poor Kung Fu master clone at best, but enough pulling power to keep you interested for a while at least. Duff graphics and poor gameplay combine to make this game one of the most harmlessly banal titles in years. Surrounded by a hunchback and a soldier, your robotic ninja is in some serious trouble. Only a tank, eh? Hey, tanks for breakfast, matey boy. Uh-oh. Isn't the infamous and totally hard tank girl? Kung Fu mayhem is a very dangerous pursuit and should be avoided in favour of a more peaceful hobby, like train spotting maybe. Biff baff boff, eat ninja knuckle, puny mortals. Stealth is abandoned in favour of brainless violence. Works every time. Shinobi. Shinobi is a Japanese word. It means literally to steal in. And shinobi jutsu is the art of stealth. Stealth is the trademark of a ninja assassin, and so is stealth, which is required for success in this game. The Sega coin-op made its way onto the Amstrad some time ago, and the story goes a little like this. Joe Musashi is a rock-hard ninja who is having a little trouble with a totally nasty dude called Boafu. Boafu is angry, and not just because he has a pathetic name. He wants money, and in order to get some, he has kidnapped lots of young pupils from the local ninja school. Not too heavy on plot, this one. He has demanded a ransom for the safe return of said ninja sproglings. Joe, however, has other ideas. Boing! For a well-timed ninja somersault, he springs into action and sets about the task of rescuing the brats. It is all standard gung fu fare, only the joy of close-quarter fighting is replaced by shuriken throwing. The platform element in this game is more important than the beating and kicking. and adds greatly to the thrills and spills. Extra weapons in the form of little rockets are gained by collecting selected sprogs. After 3 separate sections, you meet an ender-level baddie. For example, a whirling hurricane ninja or helicopter gunship. The Amstrad version is fast and reasonably smooth, and contains most of the elements found in the original arcade game. The graphics are colourful and well designed, and the overall effect is helped by decent, although far from perfect, scrolling. Sound is a bit weak, but if you can live with that minor niggle, then what you have is a very accurately converted and enjoyable arcade romper-rah. And a cool beat 'em up. Remember, strike hard and fade away. You're on the bonus stage, and an extra life can be gained just as long as you don't have any bad guys past. Wait, yeah, I think you got the wrong screenshot there. A deft sweep kick has completely destroyed the enemy soldier. The evil Fu had better watch his step. Yeah, you got those screenshots on the wrong way there. Fatso is about to meet his maker, so he can quiver and shake behind the crate all he wants. That sword won't help him now. And you got Double Dragon 2. Billy and Jimmy are two righteously cool dudes, so you can imagine how upset they get when the boss of the local gang sends out some henchmen to murder Billy's best girl, Marion. Decidedly miffed, they set out to avenge her death, which is as much excuse as you need for the ensuing rampage of mindless destruction. Kill, maim, torture, and generally make life difficult for the nasty gang of kung fu clowns. Billy and Jimmy can operate as a team or work alone, but you will find it easier if you take your brother along as backup. The action scrolls horizontally from right to left, and various baddies with their own strengths and weaknesses wander into your flying fists and feet. It is possible to climb ladders and gain access to ledges and platforms to avoid the baddies, but the real psychopaths amongst you will prefer to wade in and deal double death with deft dexterity. End-of-level nasties with special talents pop up from time to time and are generally huge and vicious. Being picked up by a huge goon and pummeled mercilessly to death is not a fun way to go, but you're no sissy yourself, so you can dish it out too. You have the usual range of moves available, and a couple of really brutal tricks like the Glasgow Kiss and the super spinning Cyclone Kick. Wait, do we have the Cyclone Kick in this? Ooh, I have to try that. Sounds good so far? Well, sorry, it's actually a bit duff. The graphics are slow and blocky, the sound borders on the pathetic, and the gameplay is absolutely diabolical. The character's response to the joystick is about as fast as a slug of breakdancing in treacle, and this makes the game 100 times more difficult than it should be. Double Dragon 2 in the arcades is better than Double Dragon 1, but on the Amstrad, the first version is still the best. What a turkey. Nobody really cares what happened to their girlfriend. Frankly, it's a bit suspicious, what with them being brothers and sharing one girlfriend and all. Oh no, it's a punch-up in Legoland. The Double Dragon brothers have taken to the streets to avenge the death of their girl. That screenshot is definitely the Richard Applin version. Because they added 2 versions of this one as well, for reasons. But Animagic did a version as well, which is terrible. That screenshot is definitely the Richard Applin version. I'm pretty sure it plays fairly similarly to the first one. But since we haven't played it yet, we might as well play it. Anyway, we'll get the rating first. The verdict. Double Dragon 2, 61%. Shinobi, 78%. Ninja Warriors, 71%. Dynamite Ducks, 88%. Overall, 79%. Good value for the most part, and an irresistible package for the hardened martial arts psycho nutters out there. Good. Now we can play the game. Alright. Okay, let's go. Type correctly, it helps. Music sounds very familiar. Virgin Master Trunk presents Double Dragon 2. Code Richard Applin, graphics Pixel, music Steve Barrett. Trademark 989. American Technos. We should find our keys. We should find our keys, thank you. Yeah. And we only need to find keys on the title screen. It seems so. Up, down. There too. Okay, let's go. Now we get to load. Because that's probably the main problem with this game is there's a lot more load points than the original did. How do we do a cycling kick, I wonder? Oh, God. Every knockdown, lose a little bit of life. Gimme. You forgot something. Yeah, oh, back too. Wow, fancy. Whoa, cartwheel. Uh-oh. No, this is not that slow. Uh-oh. Get back. Got the knife, maybe. Yeah, whatever. Now we load. Oh, God. Yeah. Ow! Missed. The ammo is useless. But he gone? Trying to escape. Whack. Uh-oh. And we gotta wait to load again. Oh no, it's full of. Yeah. How many there are of them? You gotta beat them twice. Oh, I know what happened there. Grenade. That's a pathetic throw. I don't know, you do the circling kick. Apparently you can. I guess it must have been... Maybe this is the other version they always want. Let's look. Ow. Yeah. Catch. The throws are terrible. Yeah, that went far. Oh, that's bait. The shell just appeared out of nowhere. Uh-oh. Loading. Uh-oh. Boss. He's not this guy apparently. Stage 3. Oh, jeez, I've got 4 enemies at once! Kick them all! Kick them all! Oh god. It's too late. Yeah, well, it's awful. Uh-oh. Alright, what are these 2 of these guys? Oh yeah, 2 of them there. Ow. I don't want that. Hello? Okay. Do we not kick these things like in the arcade version? Ow. Yeah, well. Oh. Everything's happening. Missed. Next bit to load. Yeah. Oh. Ow! Cartwheel right into me. Unfortunately, the tractor does nothing in this. Oh, what a shame. I should probably leave it there before I just finish the game again. We have playthroughs of both this and the Animagic version. play through the entire games. Not impossible games. We'll do those. I'll have a look at the animagic vision because that background looks a little bit different than what I remember. Sprites look a little. Sprites look like those ones, but no, guess not. Let's have a look here. This one. Get the music. Go on. Good start. Should tape, press play. Billy and Jimmy. Billy pursue the killers of Billy's girlfriend Marion. Bill and Jim. Oh yeah, this is the screenshot. Oh god. This thing stopped. Yeah, it stopped responding half the way through. God. Oh god. Oh, stop it! Stop hitting me. Oh, ooh, jump kick's good. Even if it's done differently in the other version. Oh. Oh. Yeah, he's keeping his distance alright. Oh, you get 1 life per credit. There's something. There's something! Jeez. Whee! Yeah. Why am I doing jumps now instead of jump kicks? And did again. How did I ever finish this game? Oh, you get 3 lives, I think, by the looks of it. Just, you have to push the... Is that a weapon? There's something to get in my way. Alright. Oh, nice. I didn't... Oh, damn it. Yeah, jump backwards. Yeah. This is just how you play Double Dragon 2, right? Just, oh, jeez. Oh, scrolling, please, camera. So don't stay down long enough. Pick it up. Pick it. Thank you. Oh. He's moving on his own. Do you face Burnov? Nope. No Burnov. Oh. Couldn't fit all that in the memory, I guess. A knife here. Just do jump kicks. Oh. Can you not walk through objects? It's a thing. How do we pick it up? Oh. And he throws it immediately. Yeah, it's good job there. Oh, another game that you go too far to the right before it scrolls. Yeah. 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 Oh. Ow. Ow. Ha. Who's next? Hello? Anyone? Hello? Hello? Oh, here we go. Hello? Oh, here you go. Catch. Catch. Oh, you threw the what? Oh, God damn it. Oh. Yeah, this is a lot worse than the other one. I think this is the one that was reviewed there. The elbow's still useless. Oh, camera! Camera! Level over. The double dragons continue. Good. Oh. The second half of the stage. Did he just get knifed by his own dude? Ow. Ow. Drop the elbow. Elbow stucks. I stand in front of it and push the fire button. Oh, God. Oh god, there's another one of these things. I'm getting rid of this. Oh, off again. No double burn off. Level's over. This game's a lot shorter too. I'm at the final stage already. I can't be bothered adding more new enemies either. Whee! That was quick! That was very quick. Oh, last credit though. Jeez. Now to confront the boss. There he is. Jump kick him 4 times, he's dead. Good. Any more? He's laying something. I think we beat the game. That was quick. I don't remember being that quick. Okay, press play. I think they're making us loop the game now. Those last couple of levels of jokes. First 2 stages are the hardest. Anyway, back to the magazine. Alright. Next game. The rest here's just the beginning. More than just great games. Okay. Alright, next game is Switchblade by Gremlin Graphics. $10.99 cassette, $14.99 disc. Yeah, we kind of played this game before, but we played the card version, obviously. Switchblade was stunning on the console, but what can the ordinary CPC make of Gremlin's epic kick-em-up? But first, the plot. You are Hero, the last of the Blade Knights, a mysterious band of warriors who drew their not inconsiderable power from a sword called the Fireblade. The sword has been destroyed by the totally evil and bogus dude Havoc. You, being a most righteous, cool hombre, decide that it is time someone taught Havoc a little lesson in manners. Apart from your incredible martial arts skills, you have one distinct advantage over the enemy. You have a bionic arm. Oh. To which you can attach a variety of weapons. Your quest is to recover the missing fragments of the Fireblade, and when it is reassembled, use it to destroy Havoc. There are 16 fragments in all, and the area they are hidden in is absolutely vast. The screen does not scroll as you go exploring, but flips the screen at a time. and until you enter a room or chamber it is in darkness, so you don't know what's waiting for you. Once entered, a room will remain visible for the rest of the game. Hero is a small but very athletic sprite with a neat line in physical violence. His variety of kung fu moves are controlled by the fire button, the length of the press dictating the strength and type of the blow. The abilities aren't particularly hard, but they do crop up in the most irritating places, hampering progress and generally messing with your happy thoughts. There are many bonuses, hidden features, and secret rooms to discover, and finding everything there is to find will be an enormous task. Progress, however, is quick and linear, with the sheer size of the game being your main obstacle. The graphics are superb, with wonderfully detailed sprites, which are full of character and beautifully animated. The backdrops are well done and convey the apocalyptic atmosphere of the game very well. Sound is outstanding, with melancholic tunes playing throughout the game. The real quality of the game, though, is in its playability, and in this department, Switchblade is a beaut. One point that should be made is the comparison between the standardized version and the supposedly advanced Console Plus version. The CPC version is remarkable for being very nearly as good as the cartridge-based Big Brother. Both versions play in exactly the same way, and at exactly the same speed. In fact, the only discernible variation is the slight lack of colour on the CPC. But this does not affect the gameplay and barely detracts from the graphical appeal of the game. Totally fabulous, this one, and a real treat for all the jealous observers of the console scene. You're gonna have a big love for this game. Shake it, baby, shake it. Frank's Scottish. First day takeout score. Find the first Fireblade fragment. Hero has his baseball cap on, so it must mean business. His blacked out areas of the screen are the bits he hasn't explored yet, so the nasty looking geezer behind him may be the least of his troubles. Who knows what lies beyond the next door? Singing opinion. Astounding but true, there is little discernible difference between this and the cartridge version. Great stylized graphics, brilliantly fluid gameplay. Switchblade is a winner. The verdict. Graphics 89%. Smooth and well animated. The drab colours suit it well. Sonics 90%. Wonderful atmospheric tunes give it a haunting quality. Grab factor 92%. Totally addictive from the word go. Staying power 91%. Excellent fun and an incredibly large challenge. Overall rating 90%. One of the most bodacious, inspirational, outstandingly cool CPC games available. So I guess we have to have at least a quick look at it. We've done the cartridge version. We'll have a quick look at this. It at least looks different. Alright. Switchblade, copyright 1990, Gremlin graphics. Loading! started. For 10,000 years he slept, his mind feeding on the nightmares of the weak. Now he is awakened. As the night bled crimson, the fire blades shattered and its power died. Then the slaughter began. I never thought he would return. Now havoc reigns the Undercity. I am Hero, the last of the Blade Knights. I rebuild the fire blade and bring the dawn. Yeah, no button 2 to jump now. What a shame. Great. Down we go. Okay. Oh God. Down the ladder, thank you. That's one fragment right there. Spikes! No! Oh. There goes one life. Oh, I can't get back up there now, huh? I've got spikes. Spikes! Oh, good. Oh, hurt me there. Oh, they can't. What is it? Ooh. Climb. Climb. Oh god. Oh yeah. That's not enough. Alright. It is pixel perfect, right? Yeah, I'll have to see when I... It's wonderful. Oh. One of those? Oh god. Yeah, how do I get down there without him hitting me? That's a good question. Oh. Yeah. Around again. Spikes. Oh, we can go down, of course, as well. Another S. And of course, it's full damage. Oh, damn it. behind me. I'm checking everywhere for everything. Really easy to take to kill this thing. A lot. Oh god. He was just there. Like I could do something about it. Oh. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, game over. That's Switchblade. Basically the same. It's less colourful. Anyway, we'll move on. Next game. Rook's Predator 2. It's in town with a few days to kill. Alright, next game is Superskweek. L. $9.99 cassette, $14.99 disc. Eek, eek, squeak, squeak. It's Attack of the Cuddlies again. And Squeak is just... And Squeak and his just as cute chum Scrouch have to battle it out with the evil aliens who insist on painting their home planet blue. The plot goes something like this. Space aliens have invaded the home planet and painted lots of it blue. Quite why the aliens have done such a thing is a bit of a mystery. It's a bit like the Magic Roundabout movie Dougal and the Blue Cat, where Buxton the power-crazed feline has similar true blue ideas. Yes, thanks for that. Anyway, our heroes aren't going to stand for this nonsense. They're determined to paint every patch of sword ground back to its natural pink. The task is not without its problems, though. The world that the fluffballs live in is a kind of a paving stone land in outer space. You can walk over the multicoloured paving stones, and this very act is what causes them to revert back to the original colour. But there are raised walls in the way, and even sheer drops into nothingness. And there aren't even any safety barriers to prevent the two falling to their doom. You may think that's quite enough to contend with, but no! These aliens haven't actually deserted the planet or anything. They're still there in their droves, so you'd better watch your step, hadn't you? So far, it seems pretty similar to the original Squeak, but plenty of refinements have been made. The levels are wider for a start, and so there's a greater playing area. There's a very large variety of pickups with effects ranging from the slightly annoying, such as reverse controls, to the jolly good, e.g. extra lives and automatic completion of the level you're on. The two characters play simultaneously too, not competitively as you have a common aim, though you can chase after the same goodies. If you can't find the particular thing you're after, you can buy it from the shop. You get spending money by killing the monsters. So do the improvements actually improve the game? Well, actually, no. The large variety of pickups is almost too large. There are so many of the damn things that it's difficult to remember what the icons represent. Still, practice makes perfect. And the more that's on screen at one time, the slower the whole game moves. If there's a lot going on, the whole thing slows down to a really crushingly dull pace. That's not to say it's complete tripe, though. There are still plenty of challenging puzzles to muddle your brains, and some of the new features that have been added are cool too. So although there's more to this follow-up, it simply doesn't hang together in quite the same way that the original did. The problem with sequels is that they always have their predecessor to try to upstage. And when, as in Superskweek's case, they fail to live up to those expectations, the disappointment felt about the less than brilliant game is even more pronounced. First day target score. Reach level 10 on normal game. Second opinion. Superskweek is, not surprisingly, Squeak with knobs on. The trouble is the extra on-screen action frequently slows the thing down to a plod. Even more game, but less playability. Superskweek, verdict. Graphics 80%, cute but garish graphics, marred by slow movements. Sonic's 73%, jolly tunes on the title screen, but average effects in the game. Grab factor 82%, cutesy game that has a lot of promise on the outset. Staying power 68%, but sadly fails to deliver all that you might expect. Rating 72%, a sequel that fails to live up to its brilliant predecessor. Alright. Squeak 2. Amstrad's Magic Club. Yeah, I've heard that music before. Superskweek. Where's the owl? Bring back the old logo. Start game. Normal. So like normal. Oh, these are function keys because I didn't tell you that. I think. Yep. Joystick for squeak, keyboard for scrouch. Choose between QWERTY or AZERTY keyboard. 1 or 2 players. We got normal game. We can't change normal game, huh? Well, let's start. Welcome Island, Pagalagos Island, Krakatoa Volcanus, Zonguldak Empire, forbidden. Vociferia Ethicus, forbidden. So I guess these are the 36 stages of each. Right, Welcome Island it is. Side be rewinded. It's obviously a taped version. Level 1, the very first one. 4 digits for levels. It's what you want to see. Oh, now everything's happening. It's slowing. Penguin! Kill it. Lift. There's extra things in here. Wow. Did I do or not? I don't know. Mirror. Alright, yeah, you don't want mirror. I think that flips all the tiles to the other colour. Or the pink ones become blue, or the blue ones become pink. turbo. Eight-way. Yeah, eight-way shots. And now I've got reverse controls, because I didn't even see that I picked it up. Stop. Oh! And because... Oh! And if you die, you still have reverse controls. Oh no, I've got reversed up and down controls now. No? No, that's still reversed. Yeah, up and down. Left and right is... Oh no, no. Oh, what am I missing? Okay, it's running out. Oh. Here we go. That's level 1. These sheets are ice. They just slide you along. Slow. Do I want slow? Probably not. Come in. What can we buy? We have 380 bucks. Get a 4-way. Free status. Shield. Lift. I'm gonna lift. I think the early stages are a little bit, a little too long. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Oh. That's level 2 done. Squeezettes to set free. Set free the squeezettes. What the hell are squeezettes? Down. Sub. What am I doing? Really? What? How do I get through here? Okay, don't rip around. Can't go back this way. How do we get in here? Shots just bounce off. Shots are still going. So what do we do? How do we get in there? I don't know. So how do we get in here too? Question mark thing there. How do we get in there? Time's running out. So we're gonna... Oh, we're just going to share the squeezettes. That's all we had to do. So those ungettable blue tiles are just ungettable. And there it goes on. That's a smiley face. Bomb. Oh god, we can't kill that thing. Oh! Sub. Can't kill me now. More. What can we buy? Well, we've got 710. I mean, we've got no lives left. We don't have enough to buy a new one. What AOA shot? Let's keep our money. That thing is... big print. I can't move up or down. Left and right, sure. Up and down are broken. I don't know why it does that. Oh, now we can. We can't shoot the green smiley face either. Why did that thing kill me? I can't move left or right now. I've got stupid power-ups. Okay, now we can move left or right. What spots are we missing? Oh, there's two here. Another one. Right, level 4 done. Level 5, shoot at the magic dome. Hey, we got an extra life. Oh. Okay. Now we got the I can't move left and right again. Why is this a thing? Turbo. Slow. No idea what that does. Oh. How do I get past this then? Ah. End of game. Well, that was Superskweek. Yeah, I think the first one was better. Move on. Next game is great. Edd the Duck by Impulse. $9.99 cassette, $14.99 disc. Edd the Duck is a world famous superstar. And it's high time he had his own TV series, rather than merely presenting other lesser stars' programs from the broom cupboard. Bit of below station, really. Well, now it's happened. Edd has finally got his own action-packed show. It stars Edd, who else, and follows his escapade through the various departments of the Beeb. Yes, it is a low-budget program. It's an interesting format. It has to collect all the stars that have been littered around each section. Set against him is Wilson the butler, you only ever see his hand, and his cronies. Luckily, they move in predetermined patterns, and while they're not easy to dodge, their movements can be predicted. Edd has 4 takes in which to complete his task. If Edd is touched by one of the baddies, then another take is used. When he gets touched for the 4th time, the show's over. Edd the Duck looks and plays very much like Rainbow Island. It's the same vertical tower of screens that need to be scaled, with the dynamic duck having to climb upwards and onwards to complete his task. The graphical style is similar too, the theme being cute and cuddly throughout. The way the monsters move and even the star collecting element bears more than a passing resemblance to the coin-op classic. Edd has to jump his way from platform to platform, choosing a route that takes him even higher while he's at it. 20 stars need to be collected to allow entry to the next level, but on the first level anyway, there are 1 or 2 spare stars, so you can afford to ignore the more difficult ones. Edd's adversaries are headed by Wilson the butler. They followed preset movement patterns, which can be studied. Edd is armed with a snowball shooting device, which he can use to freeze his enemies for a few seconds. There's no killing in this game. Boo. When they're stunned, Edd can move through the baddies without coming to any harm. And as they frequently guard the oh so important stars, there's plenty of stunning to be done. Edd's movement is easily controlled. He can be moved to the left or right as he jumps or falls and doesn't get killed when plummeting earthward for too great a distance. The graphics are cute, even the piranha fish look friendly enough, and Edd is immediately recognisable as a television character. Sound is limited to the main to jumping, collecting and shooting type noises, but there is a rather jolly little tune that accompanies the title screen. Edd the Duck resembles Rainbow Islands a little too closely, but it is not as good a game either, technically or in game design. There are no power-ups, for instance, and the game isn't quite as smooth or addictive as the coin-op. Taken on its own merits, though, it is plenty playable enough. The difficulty level is about right. You won't finish the game in the first 5 minutes, but you'll find that there's enough progression to keep you at it. First day target score. Complete the first level. Second opinion. Edd the Duck is a cute platform puzzler and contains enough laughs and surprises that keep all but the fussiest games players happy. The verdict. Graphics 87%. Cute as cute can be. Even the piranhas look cuddly. Sonic's 88%. Not a bad title tune, and the in-game effects are adequate. Grab factor 85%. Instantly recognisable as a TV superstar, and easy to control too. Staying power 73%. Good progress can be made, but maybe a bit too limited. Rating 75%. Edd relies heavily on a tired game formula, but doesn't altogether pull it off. Oops. Really there. Run, Edd. Edd the Duck. Vulnerability? No, we're not cheating. Programming by Brian Buchan. Graphics by David Taylor. Music and sound effects by Sound Images. Thanks to Joanne and Delita. 990 BBC. Under 6 controls. Impulse presents. They misspell their own company name. Duck Superstar. Scene 1. Take 1. That's a jump. That's a floaty jump. I bet that water, I presume it's water, kills you. Shoot it. Thank you. Oh. Scene 1, take 2. Okay. Can't reach that from there. We've got spare stars on the first few levels. We could probably skip this one. I wonder if that sun kills you. Oh god. There you go, really memorize the stages. Hey, cutscene. Checkpoints. Oh, I can't read. Oh! Oh! Try again. Oh. My aim just crashed. Randomly. Huh? Do it again! Recapture. And restart. Speed it up. Try it again! Oh, I didn't set the... Oh, I escaped the quit. That's nice. Does this kill us? No. Oh, that does though. I thought that was there. Oh, look! Yeah, jumps are so high and floaty. Can't really avoid much. Oh, really? Unavoidable nonsense. I don't know if those icicles kill you or not. Oh, no, they don't. How about that? Oh, that's a platform. Who would have thought the round thing was a platform? One star left. Or do we have to get them all? The director's happy! Call that a wrap. We finished the scene 2, take 4. Don't get lives back. Jeez. God. 20 stars to get, we've got 1. Oh, yeah, how are you supposed to know they're there? How are you supposed to know? It's like blind jumps, pretty much. We'll move on. We'll get one more game in. Through them today. Alright. How many games have we got left in here? Alright, next one is Total Recall. Ooh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. No more after that. No. Actually, it might be. No, there isn't. Okay, good. Alright. Total Recall. Ocean, $10.99 cassette, $14.99 disc. Ever wonder what it would be like to live someone else's life? To have memories of events that you have never experienced? If you had no memories but those of another man, how would you know if someone had stolen your mind? Confused? Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the blockbuster movie of 1990. The film goes a little like this. Arnie plays Doug Quaid, an ordinary bloke with an ordinary job. Doug gets dissatisfied with his humdrum nature of life in general and decides it's time for a change. Instead of going on holiday like any normal human being, though, he nips down to the local branch of Recall Inc. Recall implant memories directly into the human mind, be it a memory of a holiday, an adventure, or even a week of carpet laying in Grimsby. Recall give Arnie memories of a heroic adventurer type, and as they implant them, they discover that Schwartz's memories have already been wiped. Everything starts to go horribly wrong. Someone tries to assassinate him. His day goes very badly, and even his wife tries to bump him off. As if all this wasn't bad enough, he finds himself involved in a huge plot to mess with the atmosphere of the newly colonized Mars. You ever had a day when it just went completely to pot? The film made vast quantities of money at the cinema. It has only just been released on the video, but it looks all set to clean up at the vid shops too. Its success can be attributed mainly to the charisma of its star, the man himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger. The plot was complex and involved enough to earn it some praise from the critics. The question is, how closely does the game follow the mood and the plot of the film? The answer follows. The game scenario starts with a horizontally scrolling platform setup. The plot is followed well overall, but only loosely in this section. A great big bouncy Arnie sprite runs along various levels of a complex, finding his way to each floor by means of small personal elevators. Occasionally, Arnie comes across a nasty, such as a guard, a thug, or an assassin. These baddies can be dispatched by means of a blow from his enormous ham fists, or a bullet from his huge gun you have in your pocket. The way is often blocked by barriers and laser walls, although these can be switched off by hitting the right switches. The object of all this running, killing, and jumping is to collect 5 objects you will need for the rest of your mission. These are scattered in predetermined places around the first level. You cannot leave the first section until all these objects are safely under your belt. It sounds simple enough, but you're only given 1 life to complete this task, and the barrier switches have to be turned on and off in the right order, or you may find yourself trapped. Once you've completed level 1, the action changes completely. A horizontally scrolling screen portrays the action as you take over a Johnny Cab, bomb through the streets of the city, streets of the city, dodging or shooting any traffic unfortunate enough to get in your way. 2 factors hinder your progress here. One, the fact that you are being pursued by the police force, and the other, the fact that your fuel levels are decreasing rapidly. Fuel can be topped up by shooting oil tankers as you see them, but they are generally few and far between. Once you reach your destination, a warehouse, the action switches back to the platform setup. You must make your way through the warehouse area and escape to the local spaceport, where your ship to Mars is waiting. It's on Mars you discover that the answer to your memory dilemma lies. The gameplay on this level is more than a little similar to that of the last, and yet more deja vu awaits you on the next screen, because it's drivey time again. This time you have to drive the cab through the caverns of Mars. The route is a little more tortuous, and therefore much more difficult this time, but frankly it is almost identical to the second level. Your destination is a rebel hideout buried deep within the bowels of the Martian mountains. Once you have found your way to the rebel hideout, you land on your feet once more for the 5th and final installment of the game, and horizontally scrolling platform fun uncannily similar to the 1st and 3rd levels. There are more stresses to deal with and a truly horrific expanse of baddie-filled mazes to negotiate. with one paltry life to see you through. Only completely hard game players will make it this far. Find the key to the heart of a vast reactor and deal with the large number of baddies who will try to stop you. You then have to fight the big boss's henchmen one on a lift heading upwards towards the reactor's core. And if you defeat him, well, that would be telling, wouldn't it? The graphics and Ocean's conversion of Total Recall are absolutely lovely. A big chunky Arnie sprite runs and jumps in a most convincing manner, and the backgrounds on all levels are really nice. Sound effects and music are both spot on, with a remix of the film score playing on the title screen. Special mention should be given to the sexy loading screen with a digitised picky of Arnie, although at a very odd angle. Although the game follows a somewhat tired formula, it is polished and exciting enough to make it rank among some of the best film tie-ins ever. A real treat and a game no Arnie fan can afford to be without. First day target score, get past the first level. That's probably not happening. First level's a little long. I got me a car as big as a whale and I'm about to set sail, tackling the traffic in the driving section. Second opinion. Excellent graphics, smooth scrolling, great gameplay, Total Recall hangs together well. What's more, it's tough and challenging, so it'll keep you going for a long time too. Big Arn. Arnie's film career started way back in the 70s, a film called Stay Hungry. In it, surprise surprise, he played a bodybuilder. Although he couldn't act for toffee, his screen presence and charisma led him through a series of minor roles. Until in the 80s, he struck it big with the box office smash Terminator. From then on, his career rocketed. He appeared in typically brainless romps such as Commando and Predator. But as his fame and reputation grew, along with his bank balance, he began to gain a name for himself in business. He has made millions in real estate and married into the Kennedy clan, one of America's most influential and important families. He has also made a brief and successful foray into politics. More recently, Schwarzenegger has appeared in a couple of very well-received comedies, Twins and Kindergarten Cop, no doubt in an attempt to avoid typecasting. What with his success so far, who knows? Maybe Senator Arnie isn't all that far off. Close. Close. Total Recall verdict. Graphics 89%. Lovely sprites and fabulous backgrounds suit the game perfectly. Sonic 78%. Neat spot effects and gnarly tunes really help the game along. Grab factor 90%. Initially addictive, if a little frustrating. Staying power 87%. A difficult but enjoyable challenge. Rating 91%. A mega license. Total Recall has been very well executed and it's fun to play. Okay. Total Recall. See the blockbuster movie available on video now from Guild Home Video. Copyright 1981 Ocean Software Limited, all rights reserved. High schools, where are high schools? Programming, BJ and Andy D. Graphics by Warren, Simon and Ivan H. Good to know. Recording BJ and Andy D. Graphics, Wazza, Simon and Ivan. Music and effects, Jonathan Dunn. Get started. Total Recall. Quaid, after visiting Recall, discovers that Richter and his evil henchmen are out to stop him reaching Mars and finding his true identity. Oh, here he is. Go after the dude and we'll punch him. And again. Oh. Ow! Get close. Get close. Here we go. Jump! We need that to remain on. Yeah. We need to turn that one on. Up. Oh god. Right, pick up here. It's a bit as strong as a gun. Extra points. Oh, we need to get the red. Hit a red one. Up here, I think. Somewhere. Yeah, get in the center. Yeah. Down. Oh no, he fell down, he's dead. Game over. Do it again. Yeah, show the danger. Oh, right. Leave that off. Oh, I almost ran into that. Hey, come back. Extra time. Okay, it's random then. I need to read, of course. We need that. And up we go. over here. Get up. Get back. Wait. Here we go. Ow. 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 Stop it. We can jump and fire. What a concept. Do you want this? Not. I forget. Can we go down here? We can. Health. Oh, no, that's the law. I think I screwed myself. Oh no. Nope. Can't jump there. Yeah, it's game over. Alright, give it one more go. Oh, good. If I get the red switch. Oh, and he fell down again. Idiot. Extra points. Move forward. You fall down here. Is there anything there? Can't tell. Oh no, he fell. Oh, oh no!